Hello students. Hello students. The last concept have been left from the chapter that is living world. Today we can complete this small topic so that the chapter have been completed. Okay, in last class we have discussed about taxonomical hierarchy. Nothing but for example a plant. How the plant is said to be classified under certain measures. We have studied that one. Okay, in today's class we can study about the taxonomical aids. What is meant by taxonomical aids? Nothing but it is a utilities for classification. For example, any organism, maybe animal. In animal there are different types of animals. In plants there are different types of plants. In microorganisms there are different types of organisms. So that we need certain classification, so that we come to know in which group it is categorized. That one we come to know easily. For that easily aspect, scientists have given this term, that is taxonomical aids. Nothing but one scientific study is said to be done and classification is said to be made to that particular organism, whether it may be any organism. That is called as a taxonomical aids. Nothing but classification, on scientific study and giving certain procedure for classification of organisms. These are all called as a taxonomical aids. Let us discuss one by one, very important one. There are 5 taxonomical aids. First one is herbarium, botanical gardens, geological gardens, museums and keep. What is meant by herbarium? Herbarium is nothing but it is a storehouse for plant species that is said to be collected, pressed and stored and classified. That is called as a herbarium. It is a storehouse for plant specimen, where plant specimen are said to be stored. What are the steps has to be taken means, first is collection. Next is pressed. Next is preserved. These are the 3 steps as to follow for herbarium. Herbarium is nothing but it is a storehouse for plant specimens. One has to do herbarium means he has to take herbarium sheets. In herbarium sheets only the preservation of certain plant specimens is said to be takes place. For what purpose? For classification of that plant species, and that can be stored for long time. We can store for that herbarium. For example, if you take one plant and you can store for several number of years. Okay, even after 100 years also we can study. Okay, we can study about that plants, in which group it is said to be categorized and what is its importance. The first step is you have to go for a field and you have to collect the plant, which means unknown plant we have to collect. Okay, unknown plant has to be collected and that will be kept on a herbarium sheet that will be pressed. It should not contain any liquid material on that plant, so that the plant is said to be dried. For drying purpose we are making a press. After pressing they are said to be preserved. Remember one thing, that plant contains what we are going to collect now, that contains leaves, stem and inflorescence. Inflorescence is nothing but flower. If root is present or not, that's okay, but these parts essentially which contain, that is leaves, stem and inflorescence part. What is its importance? It gives a quick referral information for classification of that organism, and importance also. we are going to study. That is about the aquarium. Next is botanical gardens. Botanical gardens are the vast place or the large places where number of plants are said to be identified and classified, and that can be grown in one particular garden. That is called as botanical gardens. All type of plants are said to be grown. People are going to visit and seeing that different plants in that botanical garden, how they are beautiful, flower in the flower sense, like that. If you see the botanical gardens, there are number of botanical gardens. For example, Royal Botanical Garden in London, and another one is Indian Botanical Garden, that is situated at Kolkata. There are number of botanical gardens. That is also a place where number of plants are said to be identified and classified. Next is Geological Gardens. Geological gardens in the sense where wildlife or animals are said to be protected under human care, and that can be grown in that gardens, where wild animals are said to be grown in that gardens. That is called as Geological Gardens. For what purpose? By seeing that animals, we are going to study. For example, if you take tiger and lion, they are very limited in number. Okay, in future days they will present or not, we don't know. Okay, by using this geological gardens that are said to be presenting in that garden, so that we can see and we can study about that animals. If you see nowadays, there are number of animals are said to be losing in our environment. Next is museum. Museum is the place where number of plant species or animal species are said to be kept stored. We can see a lot of museums. If you see fishes, there are different thousand number of fishes are present. Different fishes that are said to be kept in museums. That are said to be able that we can go into visible. That we can go into visible, and we can study the different types of fishes in museum. Like just example I am telling you, a lot of plant species, animal species are said to be kept in that museum. That may be lived or non-lived. Going to kept. Next is key. Key is the last taxonomical aid where plants and animals are said to be completely identified. That is called as a key. This is about taxonomical aids. You can read one's textbook. If you have any doubts, just ask me. It's a simple concept. Okay, thank you.